So for me, I think the future of HR at UVA should be a consistent level of service provided to employees across the entire institution. We should be able to find most of the information we need in a really easy to understand website, but we should also be able to reach a real live person when we have a question that we can't answer with resources we find online. And once we do reach a person, it's somebody, we shouldn't need to go through a lot of hoops to figure out, how to get to the right person. It should be something that's made pretty clear through information available to us. I also think a great thing for HR in the future state at UVA would be to have a really strong development program that all of our staff are encouraged to take advantage of, and not just at an institutional level, but by their immediate supervisors and their managers in their departments. I think right now we've got some who are terrific about encouraging their staff to do it, and others who probably don't encourage their staff enough, and we want all of our employees to have that kind of experience where they feel they've got these opportunities to learn and to grow so that they can stay with us here at UVA. Another thing I think would be great for the future of HR at UVA is to have a strong recruiting and onboarding program. I think we've been getting better over the years, but again, it's consistency across the board. Some departments are doing a terrific job with it, and others could probably learn from their peers. So just that consistent level of great service to all of our employees, whether they're people we're trying to bring to the institution or our long-term employees who have been here for some time, we should all be receiving that same level of great service.
For the HR of the future, I'd say we might think about what that looks like in a couple different ways. On a personal level, what I would like is our interactive tools that help me make better financial and insurance decisions for my family, where I can figure out, am I making the right investment decisions? Am I making enough of investment in my retirement so I don't have to work until I'm 80 years old? And am I able to take care of my family in an easy sort of way? I think people are pretty used to having digital interaction with other institutions, and the key to making that happen is making it simple enough so that busy people can get the information they need very quickly. And typically big bureaucratic institutions like universities have a harder time doing that than private companies. But if I could take sort of like the interfaces that I get at Vanguard and make that what happens at UVA, I'd be thrilled.
The future of HR to me is just an easy, accessible area that I can get all my questions answered, and all the information, forms, anything that I need, it's just all in one place.
So for the future of HR, I would love to see technology improvements where we can have a one-stop shopping experience, a single funnel location where we'd be able to go and find all kinds of information that we need to find, whether it be benefits or professional development or activities along grounds, and just everything all at our fingertips in one place.
Exceptional customer service from an HR standpoint to me, as a nurse being super busy, I just want to be able to talk to someone who's relatable and understands what I'm going through and has quick answers to my questions and doesn't beat around the bush, but just kind of can answer the questions and give me the information that I need in a quick time frame.
To me, exceptional customer service is really trying to understand what the person who's reaching out to you needs, understanding their perspective. If they've got a problem that they're trying to figure out a solution to, it's really, really listening to them and not just jumping to a conclusion about what they need and jumping right into giving them the policy that applies. It's finding out really what it is specifically that it's affecting their situation, and then directing them to the policy, but making sure they understand the why, and not just saying, well, this is how you have to do it. It's also about following up, and it's about really caring, enough to want to make sure you provided the best level of service.
There needs to be a clear sort of line or point of contact, so you should always know where to go to get the type of information or to solve the issues that you need solved from an HR standpoint. And those points of contact need to be clear. You need to get the same consistent advice time and time again, so you don't want to go to different places and get different messages. I think that's extremely important. Clearly you want to get things right the first time, So you want to get efficient service and you want to get things right the first time, which is very important, of course, to the people, that you get their paycheck right the first time, you get the benefits right the first time, you get some question they may have addressed right correctly the first time. So I think those are very, very important sort of service expectations that people will have of HR.
So I've already experienced some exceptional customer service so far, especially with the onboarding process. It was very beneficial to me that HR set up meetings with several colleagues and various other people along grounds that I'll be working with the first week or 2 weeks that I was here, and it made it a lot easier for me to transition in, to meet people, to get to know people. Other benefits of HR's customer service and exceptional customer service, I would say, is constant communication. Checking in, making sure that we don't have questions that we may have thought of, maybe some new ideas that we've come up with have surfaced. For example, a conference we may want to attend, a class we may want to take. It's just checking in with us and reminding us of anything that we need to complete or any upcoming dates.
Faculty are busy with their research and with their teaching and with their service, so the best thing that HR can do for faculty is to make things easy for them, giving the information they need to know, how to find information that they might not have very easily, and making that a process that's painless for faculty.
So in terms of solving big needs of faculty and what HR needs to get right, I think one thing for me personally that would be helpful is preventing me or helping me not make big mistakes. So for example, when I came to UVA, for some reason, I didn't have the life insurance that I needed. In fact, I had no life insurance because either I checked the form wrong or some paperwork got lost. And that didn't get surfaced until several years later. So it would be very helpful to me to have some sort of fail-safe in the system so that when big problems might arise, somebody else is at least looking over my shoulder to make sure that problems don't happen. And I'd have to say here at Darden, Mary Jones often does a terrific job. There's been other instances when she's walked in at the end and said, you really sure you want to make that decision? And she sort of saved me in an instance or two from really bad outcomes, and that's something I've greatly appreciated.
The other thing that would be important for HR to provide in the future is to be more proactive. And when I say proactive, I mean look at what's coming from a regulatory standpoint and help prepare the university, the schools, the departments for those regulatory changes so that we're not surprised when they hit us and we have to react very quickly. I think it's also important that UHR become a strategic partner with the schools and the departments and the units. There's a lot of things that we can do within my school, for example, strategically with how we manage our human resources, and it would be great if we could partner with someone that has expertise in that within the human resource framework.